Good morning and welcome to Deefer Diving's YouTube channel. I'm Gary and today we're going to be talking about why you might want to become a dive master. Now, for many people, there are many reasons why we might want to become a dive master. For some people, we want to work in the industry. For others, it's just a self-actualization. It's just we're progressing forward and it's important to us. For others, we want to develop new skills. And some people do it because it's the next level. It's not, but they think it is. If it's just because you think it's the next level, I'm going to suggest that Dive Master may not be the right course for you, and you might want to look at some other areas of diving that suit you better. But let's have a look at Dive Master for now. So a question we get asked a lot is, are all dive masters the same? And the answer is yes and no. There is a difference between the way that the different training agencies conduct and pull together their dive master courses, but the end result is all pretty similar. A dive master from one training agency is recognized as a dive master from another training agency. The difference, though, is that some training agencies will have a single modular dive master program, whereas other training agencies have broken it down into dive guiding, dive theory, add the two together and you become a dive master. You can also have a professional and a non-professional rating. So if you don't want to pay membership fees but still want to be able to call yourself a dive master, you can be a non-professional dive master, which gives a lot more flexibility for those people that want to look at that. What do you learn as a new dive master? Well, there's a lot of skills that you will learn, but the most important thing is that you won't necessarily learn a lot more about diving. It won't necessarily improve your diving. That's not the purpose of the course. So what is the purpose of the course? Well, the course is about dive management primarily. And in dive management, we talk a lot about and we look a lot at risk management. How do we manage risk? How do we manage the idiot diver on the boat? How do we manage and deal with changing conditions? All of those things that come into dive management and risk management. We learn a lot about leadership and people skills, how to communicate clearly, how to communicate effectively, how to conduct briefings, and impart a lot of information to people that they need with regards to the dive that we're about to do. We'll also learn some professional specific skills, and these can include things like search and recovery. We'll also learn underwater navigation, how we can guide our way around a site with the very merest of information that could be imparted from another dive professional. And finally, we'll learn about assisting the instructors on courses, which is very vital to your onward career progression should you want to become an instructor at a later date. The other thing that we'll teach you, confidence. A lot of what people learn when they're on a dive master course is the confidence to take lead, the confidence to assume responsibility, and the confidence to manage a dive. And with that, it means that when they're diving, even just recreationally, they feel a lot more competent, they feel a lot more calm, and they enjoy their diving a lot more. There's a lot to be said that comes from the confidence that comes from being a dive master. So here are my 5 top tips for how you can get the most out of your dive master training. And number 1, choose your mentor wisely. Notice I say your mentor, not your instructor. The guy or the girl who's going to teach you your dive master is so much more important to you than merely an instructor. They're going to guide you through this process. And so you need to be able to connect with them. It's important, therefore, that you understand their motivations for wanting to teach you and how they plan on doing this. And most importantly of all, how the two of you connect. If you don't connect with your mentor, it's not going to be a great learning experience. So invest a little bit of time, get to know the instructor who is likely to be teaching you, and work out whether you feel a connection, whether you feel there's somebody that you can work with, and get that mentor-mentee relationship going. Number 2, Accept that there are things that you know and things that you know you don't know. But also that there are a lot of things that you don't even know you don't know.
We call those unknown unknowns.
So how do we deal with this? Read the materials. I can't tell you how many times we have dive master candidates who don't read the materials, or they might just skim the night before. Now, if you're wanting to learn about the risk management, if you're wanting to learn about the protocols and the practices and how you can become a dive professional, then surely investing a little bit of time in what are you going to learn and how you might apply it is a really important thing. So please read ahead, read the materials, and be ready for point number 3, ask lots of questions. Now, you can only do that if you're prepared. You can only do that if you've read the materials and you're starting to formulate an understanding of why what you're being taught and what you're being shown is important and it's relevant. So what I'm trying to get you to think about is not just the what is it we're learning, but why. Why is this important? Why has this been decided upon as a good idea? If we're looking at dive conditions, surface conditions, why is it that right now is not a great time to get in the water on this particular dive site? Not just because somebody says we're not going to dive here. Why are we not diving here? So that you can make those judgment calls in the future because you understand the logic and you understand the decision-making process. So reading the materials is important so that you have that base knowledge and base understanding, but asking lots of questions, that's vitally important too. Number 4, practice. There is no substitute for practice, whether that be skills for the demonstrations, whether that be briefings, whether that be problem solving and guiding and leading dives. There is no substitute for practice. So take every opportunity you can to get out there and practice, even if you feel silly sometimes. And let's be honest, doing skills demonstrations for the first time, doing a briefing for the first time, very nerve-wracking, but practice. It becomes easier and easier the more often you do it until eventually it just becomes natural. And number 5, take your time. You're contemplating taking a course which is going to be the entry level to potentially a new career. If you can bang through that course in 8 to 10 days, then you've done the absolute bare minimum to get you the tick box exercise badge. Are you necessarily a diligent, thoughtful, understanding dive master at that point? I think we all know the answer to that one. So take your time. Make sure that you understand what it is you're learning about, making sure you understand how to apply it, and thinking about the other 4 steps before this, how you are applying that knowledge, how you're applying those new skills, and how you're building it all together to make you the most complete dive master you can be. What are your thoughts on dive mastering? And what are your thoughts on different training agencies, standards and styles? And what do you think also is the most important consideration for choosing who to do your dive master with? Leave your comments in the section below. I'd love to see your feedback and get your thoughts on becoming a dive professional. I'd also love for you to hit the like button if you've enjoyed this video, and make your next splash down on the subscribe button, clicking the bell icon if you'd like to be notified of any future videos that we do. Safe diving and good luck.